It tells how two different attitudes towards the same wonder of nature can lead to different actions and consequences. Let's see what a wonderful play created Goda and Migle. So I'm sharing the screen, girls, and let's watch. Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, class. So, how are you? Good. So, today we're gonna talk about what? Moon? No. Earth? Water? Yes. Water. So, take your pen and write.
Okay, is something wrong with the view?
Now we see you.
You can see and hear, yeah?
Yes, only you.
Okay. I will try once again.
Oh, yes. It's okay now.
But we can't hear anything.
Okay, sorry.
Its chemical formula is
Gal man pabandyti?
Sorry. Aha, pabandyk, Loreta, kažkas. Okay.
Ar matosi? Tai dabar, ne? Vai garsą tik padarysiu.
good morning, class. So, how are you? Good. So, today we're gonna talk about what? Moon? No. Earth? Water? Yes. Water. So, take your pen and write. Ready? Yes. Water is an inorganic, transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance. Its chemical formula is H2O, meaning that each of its molecules contains one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. What? Water is the name of the liquid state of H2O at standard temperature and pressure. It forms precipitation in the form of rain and aerosols in the form of fog. Clouds are formed from suspended droplets of water and ice, its solid state. And finally, the white crystal ice may precipitate in the form of snow. So what have you learned today? We need to keep the water safe and clean. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you, it was nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Very
good.
good. Sorry for the internet. It's a little bit slow.
Very good. Very, very good.
Welcome to Spanish team. Hello. So,
Yeah, we are sorry. We had technical issues, but we solved them.
yes, okay.
Sorry, but
Okay.
internet was cracked down.
Okay. So now I'm going to present our film about our river Ploučnice, and let me tell you for a few words before I start to share the screen. It wasn't easy to make this film. At first, our school camcorder broke down, and it was very difficult to buy a new one because the shops are closed. Gabriel had to find a camcorder at an online shop. Then we had to wait for better weather because winter in the Czech Republic was very cold with plenty of snow and deep frost. We couldn't ask our students to shoot this film because of the pandemic situation, so we had to do it by ourselves. Finally, I persuaded my student Christina to help me with the project. It was a bit complicated to organize our free time. We took a walk through the town about 5 kilometers long and shot the scenes on the way. I was a bit worried near the wastewater cleaning plant to use the camcorder. You know, it's a strategic construction, so I was afraid to be suspected of spying. We were halfway through recording the wastewater cleaning plant when the camcorder suddenly stopped. The battery was dead, so we had to come again. It's a pity you cannot see the river for yourselves. It's really an unusual river, so I hope you will get know through the film. My final thanks go to my colleague Václav Hendrik. He helped us with the technical side of making this film. Now sit comfortably, open your popcorn and coke, and show just is about to start. So I hope it won't be any technical problem. Oh. So can you see anything?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Push it a bit further.
The Ploučnice River. Hello and welcome to our virtual trip along the Ploučnice River and Česká Lípa. We would like to show you the most interesting places connected with the Ploučnice River. This is Hill Piešťat, the symbol of our region. On the top of the hill, you can see the TV tower, and there is a hotel at the bottom of the tower. There is a ski resort on the other side of the hill. The Ploučnice River is about 106 kilometers long. It starts in Liberec region, about 40 kilometers from our town. The river Ploučnice has two main springs. One is situated under the hill of Piešťat. The second spring is on the boundary of villages of Osečná and Janov. It lies 395 meters above the sea level. This spring area is very untypical because the Ploučnice River has a spring in a large pool with crystal clear water. This spring belongs among the hugest European springs. You can see how bubbles of underground water go through mud and sand. You can see the mixture of mud and white sand. From this nice spring, the water flows in two directions, to Initial Ski Pond, and the Pločnica River starts its journey to Děčín. During the journey of the Pločnica River, several little streams join the river, for example, Světávka, Ronošský stream, Šporka, Panenský stream. The river isn't very long or very watery, but it is very famous for its meanders and unspoiled look. Some authors say that to flow this river is a great adventure. The Pločnica joins from the right into the Elbe River in Děčín, then the Elbe River leaves the Czech Republic. In the section from the village of Boleček to Česká Lípa, the river is not regulated and creates in the landscape beautiful natural meanders. The upper and lower stream is a European important locality where a great number of protected plant and animals occur. The Pločnica River meanders through the untouched landscape as well as the settled areas. In the valley near the village of Velké Podravské, the river flows throughout about 150 meters long rock gorge. This gorge was artificially broken at the end of the 17th century. This canyon of the Pločnica River is named the Devil Road or the Devil Valley. We can see how the river flows between the sandstones around it. The sandstones rocks are very high. The river flows here through two tunnels. We cannot see too much of them because it is very dangerous to approach near the edge. It was built as a water supply to former iron mill, which stood in place of the nowadays small lake. The first tunnel is 30 meters long and the second is 40 meters long, and at the end, the water falls into a small pond under the rock. The tunnels are 30 meters wide and 5 high. They were handmade by pickaxes, chisels, and hammers. It is possible to see evidence of human work till these days. Some adventurers can too enter into the river and walk through tunnels. The deepest point is about half a meter, and if you are brave enough, you can jump into the pond. This is a great adventure for tourists and rafters to go through this gorge. It became the prolific technical monument in 1997. We are outside Česká. The Pločice River still keeps its unspoiled look. Narrow, curvy river basin meanders. There is a space for high water in spring caused by melting snow. Water meadows, and pools around the river. This is a symbolic gate to Česká Lípa.
Welcome to Česká Lípa, a county town with population of 37,000.
Now we are near the bridge for cars and pedestrians. There are only 2 bridges for cars crossing the river, so there are traffic jams. From this bridge onwards, the river changed its direction. It changed from natural to regulated river. You can see the water basin is straight and wide. The floods used to cause a lot of damage to the houses in the town center. It was the reason why the river basin has been changed in 1911. This difficult project was handmade with simple machinery and tools. The construction lasted 5 years. Now we are near the second bridge next to St. Mary's Church. These stone walls are 4 meters high and they protect the church above the river. The Pločice River is not only for fish and birds, but is also a place for recreation of Česká Lípa inhabitants. A very popular netskiada and amusing sailing the Pločice River on untraditional vessels takes place in Česká Lípa every year. There are a lot of spectators every year and it is always good fun for everybody. This is Water Castle Lippi. The Pločica River used to have several dead-end shoulders. The water was used for water castle Lippi, fortification system, and later for water mills and factories. The dead-end shoulders were covered and the space used to build new houses and streets. Water Castle Lippi. The castle was founded in the 13th century. The history of the castle was very turbulent. We cannot see the original castle because of its demolition in 1957 during the communist era. We can see only rest of walls, large medieval cellars, 2 bridges, 2 gates, and 2 towers. The castle is used for exhibitions, weddings, and other cultural events in Česká Lípa. This is wastewater treatment plant. It is necessary construction of each town. All wastewater from Česká Lípa and the villages must pass through this wastewater treatment plant. The first step is rough cleaning. The biological waste is separated then from paper and other impurities, and then gentle cleaning follows. This cleaning is done by huge combs. The treatment plant has an inlet here which the waste enters the treatment plant. After passing through the whole treatment plant, water comes out at the other end. It flows into the stream. The dry waste is used to fill pits, landfills, holes, and so on. The wastewater treatment plant was renovated in 2012. This reconstruction was the most expensive construction in our region in 2012. This building has the best technology for water cleaning. The capacity of this water purification plant has increased, so now it can process the wastewater coming here from Česká Lípa and the villages around. The renovation of the wastewater treatment plant has also improved water quality in the Pločica River.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it was our river. Okay.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, who would like to start to present the story jumper books? We are going to be last time, I have to say. So, Greece?
Yes, we are ready.
Yes. Okay, so please.
Sophia,
Yes.
introduce
Okay,
please.
we are ready. Our student Pisti Tironi is going to do the presentation of our story jumper book. Pisti, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Go on.
As you can see, on the first pages, we can identify the logos of our project, of Erasmus Plus, of the European Union, and finally of the Greek National Agency IKY.
Πίστη, μη βιάζεσαι, γιατί αργεί να γυρίσει σελίδα.
Okay. And as it is usual, a text of disclaimer.
Okay, go on.
Hello, my name is Otter Pandotis. I inhabit in the Lake Pandotis of Ioannina, and I'm going to present to you the story of my lake. Pambotis is one of the oldest lakes in the world and the second oldest in Europe after Lake Akrita. It is estimated to be 7 million years old. Until the end of 1950, Pambotis Lake was double in size because it was connected to the Lapsista Lake through a canal. Today, though, this second lake has been drained. The name Pambotis means feeder of everything. It is also known as the Lake of Lady Frosini. The name Pambotis is mentioned for the first time during the 12th century from Eustathius, a Byzantine scholar and priest, in his comments on Homer's Odyssey. The earlier references of the lake itself, though, can be found in the work of Procopius, the historian of Emperor Justinian, buildings where he mentions the foundation of the fortress of Ioannina. The earlier evidence of life around the lake is teeth and bones found in Panama Cave next to the lake. These belong to husky birds that ceased to exist in Eurasia about 200,000 years ago. The first record of human life around the lake is from 2000 BC. Thousands of material and hunters and cultural findings of nomads, hunters, were discovered in the cave of the hill of Kastritsa, a village next to the lake. Lake Pambotis is closely intertwined with the town of Ioannina in a way that one cannot exist without the other. The history of the lake is mainly connected to the castle of Ioannina, which is built in a small peninsula on the banks of the lake. The island of the lake, the only inhabited island in a lake in Europe, which is not known with any specific name other than the island. The first record of human existence in the island is estimated to be during the Bronze Age. The settlement of the island is chronologically located probably before the 10th century AD. During the 13th century, the construction of the monasteries began along with the development of monasticism and asceticism. The monastery of Philanthropion is exceptional for the various wall paintings in the interior. Among them, there are even descriptions of the 7 wise men of ancient Greece. The existence of such pre-Christian features is rare for the Byzantine and post-Byzantine art. The most visited attraction of the island is the monastery of Saint Panteleimon, since Ali Pasha was murdered in 1822. The castle of Ioannina is an inhabited castle built during the 6th century AD on a small rocky peninsula that is extended in the Lake Pambotis. Its current form is an inspiration of Ali Pasha, who reconstructed the castle from its foundation in 1815. The history of the town of Ioannina, Epirus, and generally the broader area of the Balkans is full of legends based on historical events, and the Lake of Ioannina is not an exception. It is widely known as the Lake of Legends and Tradition. The most well-known story, although not so important historically, is the drowning of Lady Frosini in the lake. Lady Frosini was the wife of a merchant, an official of the town, and the mother of 2 children. Ali Pasha ordered her death along with 17 other local women, and they were thrown into the lake Pambotis to be drowned in 1801. The actual circumstances and reasons of the drowning are not clear or have been altered generally, mostly due to the implication of emotional and economical and even national factors. The tragic death of Lady Frosini has been an inspiration for local literature, and many poems and other works of art were dedicated to her. The story also became an opera, a novel, and a movie. Frosini's name became a legend along with the castle and the lake, which in the mind of people is called Lady Frosini's Lake. That's all. Hope you like it.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice.
Thank you, Pisti.
Nice.
Thank you, Pisti.
Yes,
Thank you, Pisti.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, who is going to be next? So, Italy?
Italy.
Italia?
That's okay.
Yes?
You're right.
Okay, please.
Hello, we're ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Fa condividere
I'm coming.
da qui.
You're not ready?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Okay, please.
Veramente qui. Can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay. Elia, vieni qui. Prendi il cuscino, prendi il cuscino. Vai.
May I ask Portugal team go after Italian?
Maybe Lithuania?
Yeah.
We start now.
For our story jumper book, we were inspired by a comic written by our Italian teacher. We decided to draw and translate the most iconic science, creating our very personal book. We tried to represent the most iconic moment of our history, which is peculiar, a special, and which always make us proud.
Livorno was originally a small fishing village. It first became important when it was given by the Countess Matilda of Tuscany to Pisa, and it was protected by them in the 14th century. Later, in 1421, it was sold to the Florentines. Under the Medici family, Livorno reached its greatest importance. They built the Medici Harbour in 1571. And Ferdinand I of Tuscany, from 1587 to 1609, gave asylum to many refugees, Roman Catholics from England, Jews and Moors from Spain and Portugal, and others to launch the city as a commercial center.
I'm sorry, we can't see the story jumper. I'm sorry for interrupting, but we can't see it. I don't know if the other countries are watching it properly.
Can't you see? Can't you see?
We see you, but we don't see the story jumper. We are seeing you and your pupils. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Now. What about now?
Perfect. Very good.
Oh,
Thank
perfect.
you.
Okay. And you can hear us. So sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry.
Yes. Now it's perfect. Thank you very much.
Sì, lo so già.
Among the princes of Habsburg-Lorraine who succeeded the Medicis, the last, Leopold II is very important. He cleared the city, gave privileges to foreign merchants. Brno flourished as a free port from 1675 until it became part of the Kingdom of Italy in 1860. And here is where our story begins.
Livorno was the fifth port of the Mediterranean Sea and the same city who amazed Charles Dickens with its railways. This was a golden moment of the town, with the development of the port and the construction of the Terrazzo Mascagni, the stadium, and the hospital.
Modigliani was born in 1884. He was the greatest artist in Livorno of the century. About 60 years later, the Second World War arrived where Livorno was bombed, and on the 9th of June of 1944, it ended with more than 100 deaths. Okay.
That's okay.
We finished?
Yes. Very good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Fatima, are you ready? And then
Yes. Rodrigo, are you there?
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, speak.
Good afternoon. My name is Rodrigo. In order to make this work, we visited some historical places in the municipality of Seixal and searched the information to make the story jump.
And Tomas?
Good afternoon. My name is Tomas. The historical period that we are going to present is between the 15th century, with the discoveries and the activities carried out in our municipality, until the 1974 revolution.
Okay, I share. Do you see?
Not yet.
No? Oh.
Oh.
You don't see. Okay. Again. Okay. And now?
No.
You don't see?
No.
Manuela?
No.
Manuela?
No. We are going to try.
Ai, agora. Sorry. Pois, agora já fechei. Manuela?
Hi. We are trying to. A second, please.
Agora saí da reunião.
Second. It's almost there.
It's okay or no?
Yes.
Okay.
A second. Another second, please.
Ok.
Are you seeing?
Yes.
Sim,
Okay.
agora já vemos.
Yes.
Play the
Okay.
book. Another. Another.
History of Seychelles. Who is going to read it? Fatima.
Another.
Do we want me to read it?
Yes, Manuel, we read it.
Okay.
No, don't read. Don't read.
No?
No.
Okay. An information.
Another.
Okay. Manufacturing to industrialization, shipbuilding. That started.
Listen the sound here. Yes.
Okay.
No. Listen.
Disempregação.
Silencio.
Fatima, do you share the sound? Did you switch on the sharing sound?
Pois. Never mind.
Second.
No, second. Another page.
Okay. Another?
Yes.
This factory employed, on average, 160 workers, men and women.
The sound is low.
Machinery, with emphasis, for example, for a steam engine of 48 HP of national manufacture.
No, the sound is not good.
No, it is.
Okay. Another page.
Elements from the army by the radical
No, the sound is not good. This is the song of the revolution. Another page, but the song is not good. Okay. This is the sound of the revolution, but you don't hear anything. If you want, then you hear with the link. Okay. Thanks, Manuela.
Okay, thank you. It's a pity that there was a technical problem, but it sometimes happen. So Latvenia, please, and then may I ask Spain to get ready, please. So
Yeah, we are ready whenever
yes,
you.
but after Loretta, please.
Yes.
Okay. Mikla, you are ready to begin?
Yes. Can you all see screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Migle and I will read stories about Kaunas Castle and Napoleon Hill by student of Kaunas Rokai Gymnasium, Lithuania. The banks of the Nemunas River have been inhabited since the glaciers retreated. The name of the river is the archaeological culture of the Nemunas. During the formation of the Lithuanian state, the Nemunas performed a very important defense function. 13th-14th centuries, since the beginning of the fighting with the Teutonic Knights, many castles were built on the riverside mounds. Kaunas Castle is a medieval castle at the confluence of the Nemunas and the Neris. It was a great place to defend against cruisers, which very frequently tried to occupy Lithuania. Kaunas Castle was first mentioned in written sources in 1361, so it was originally built in the Gothic style, which walls were over 11 meters high. Kaunas Castle, due to its good geographical position, was very important in defending the country and the center of the country from enemy attacks. Kaunas Castle was mentioned in the famous poet Adam Mickiewicz poem Konrad Wallenrod by Set in the 14th century Grand Duchy of Lithuania. At present, Kaunas Regional Tourism Information Center is operating in the remaining part of Kaunas Castle. Here's a wonderful story of Napoleon Jesos Mound. Jesos Mound was called Žydakalnis as well as the Napoleon's Mound by the locals, which is located on the left shore of the Nemunas. The mound is attributed to culture of the 19th decade. The mound's height reaches 63,3 meters. Jeses stream flows to the southeast from the mound to Nemunas. The beautiful mound dates back to 1000. The mound is the natural hill that was adapted for this defense. The name Napoleon's Mound is being used from 19th century. A long time ago in 1812, on June 24th, the Emperor of France Bonaparte Napoleon was watching the French soldiers cross the Nemunas. The locals remember that Napoleon was watching his soldiers cross the river for 3 days and 3 nights from the Napoleon Mound. The mound located near the river served a good purpose, for in the other shore Russian army patrols it blocked the way by which the unseen French army approached the Nemunas. In 1913, on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of the victory of the French Emperor Bonaparte and Napoleon, the Russian Tsar Nicholas II visited here. To the top of a hill there was a broad staircase that had been carpeted just before the Tsar's arrival. Soldiers were lined up in rows around the mountain. Tsar and his family, along with an escort of about 7 people, climbed the mountain from where the French military officer watched his army cross the Nemunas. Napoleon Mound is one of the most beautiful objects in Yezd that were established in 1960. Ancient Baltic feasts are celebrated on the top of the mound. On December 13, 1997, Napoleon Yezhov Mound is featured in the list of cultural monuments of the Republic of Lithuania. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've been there near the castle. So, thank you. So, may I ask you, Spanish team, and I think the final is going to be us, the Czech team. So, Spain, please.
Okay, are you seeing it properly?
Yes, definitely.
Espera. Bueno, no sé, ¿qué tienes que decir? Come on, dilo.
Hello, we are Giselle, Tony, and Pablo, and we are going to present you the relation with Santander Underwater through his seal. The history of our region is linked to the water. We are going to see this through our coat of arms.
Uh, 2,500 years ago, Celtic people arrived in Spain. In ancient times, the sea was one of the fastest and easiest ways to travel. There are cultural similarities along the western seaboard of Europe, stretching from the Iberian Peninsula along the Atlantic coastline up to Ireland and northern Scotland. It seems that people were in constant contact, exchanging ideas and trade along the Atlantic shore. Our region is full of Celtic symbols such as sun discs. They were used to generally the land.
Demetrius and Celendonius were 2 Roman soldiers around the year 300. They were tortured and decapitated. It is said that the heads of these saints floated to Santander, a community of monks who lived in the city founded the Abbey of Saints Demetrius and Celendonius, or Santander Abbey, were the heads of those holy martyrs and kept. The name of our city, Santander, comes from Sanchi Cemetery, which passed through several versions before becoming the name we know today: Sant Emitter, Sant Ender, and Sant Ander.
During the reconquest, Christians fought to recapture the country from the Muslim occupation. Santander was involved in several naval battles. In 1248, Santander took part in a battle in Seville. A ship from Santander broke the chains that prevent the passage of enemy ships along the Guadalquivir River, and this led to the capture of Seville. As a reward, the king gave Santander a coat of arms with the military watchtower in Seville, La Torre del Oro, a chains over the Guadalquivir River, and a ship.
In the late 18th century, the city became a favorite summer resort for King Alfonso XIII, which brought about a boom in the development of Santander as a beach resort. Today, Santander is a modern city with a rich cultural and historic heritage and seaside elegance. It is one of the most beautiful cities in Spain and privileged destination for a holiday at the beach.
La
Our
última.
80 has been
No.
city. Our city. Our city has been and still independent on water.
Pablo. No, pero está ahí.
Eh,
Thanks.
Thanks to all the team in IES La Brescia, Santander, who have made this possible. Then,
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, and the last one,
Very nice.
the last but not least, is Czech team. So may I ask Eliška and Kate, please?
Yes, we are still.
Oh,
Can you see?
Yes.
yes, Ellie, make it bigger if it's possible, or is the biggest what you can make?
It will be bigger.
Okay, good, thank you.
So, hello everyone. We have prepared a blog for you about the history of the river Ploučnica.
One of the most important conditions for establishment of human settlements was the source of water. Ploučnica has its spring on the southwestern slope of Piešťat mountain near Hoření Paseky at the altitude of 654 meters. It lies not far from the Jeniš Pond at 390 meters above the sea level. Due to the number of hydrogeological wells around it, its power decreased by about a fifth in 1970s. In German, its name is Der Polsen.
Currently, the Ploučnica has depth of less than 40 centimeters and a flow rate of about 3 cubic meters per second. In Děčín, it joined the Elbe after approximately 100 kilometers. 100 years ago, the river ran through two shoulders. The river branched out at Old Lipa and reconnected into a single flow behind a smaller mile.
Part of the map drawn by Czech teacher Hugo Schwarz in 1910. This picture is 30 years ago, and the second one is now. The main arm of the river began in Old Lipa.
Apart from being the source of drinking water, the river was of strategic importance and had an irreplaceable role in the creation of the castle. There was also a fishing village settlement. The west of the Hrnčíř suburb. Frequent floods in the area had hindered its development by centuries. The spring of 1881 started a great flood period. Due to the floods, there were several steps at the entrance to houses and simple wooden footbridges, boats, and long tracks. In the 19th century, there were over 26 floods. In the 1891, the reconstruction of the river began, and it was completed in 1916.
Since 1888, Mr. Friedrich Steiner processed the amount of precipitation and geological conditions in the Pločnice Basin. In 1891, Dr. Gustav Lopp mapped all tributaries of Pločnice. The orange line is Pločnice, and the building in the white circle is our school.
Already at the beginning of the 19th century, councillors planned two banks to be alert between 1918 and 1923. The regulation of Pločnice brought many positive effects and also enabled some terrain phenomena that led to a decline in the importance of the water course. It was eliminated in 1939 and was not completed until the end of the 1960s. And that's end of our book. Thank you for your attention, and I hope we will see someday.
Thank you, girls. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it was too much Pločnice today. So, and our meeting finally went to the end. So we have to say goodbye to each other. And as I told at the beginning, I can't find the word. The papers, the certificates are done, have been done. So we are going to send them next week. So.
Yeah, we've already received them. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So now we've done everything what should have to be done. So we can finish the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you very much for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
thank
will
you.
pass your greetings and thanks to Gabriela, and thank you for joining. And I am glad that I saw you and that I think we spent a nice time together. So I hope we'll see you soon.
Okay.
We have to.
Thank you.
See you all.
See you.
In May.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 See you next
Bye.
time.
Bye.
Goodbye. A comer.